All right, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? How's it going? It's Els here. I'm bringing you a bunch of videos this weekend. I want to cover all the gear sets. I want to cover the jewelry, the discoveries I found while testing Summerset on the PTS. I'm going to have my opinion. I wanted to put these sets through their paces so that maybe, just because I have an opinion and just because I think a set might suck or I think a set might work or whatever, you guys might see something and you might be running a slightly different build and it might work for you. And so I'm going to do my best to just provide the information without any bias, and you guys can decide, especially you guys on PS4 and Xbox that don't get this until June. Then you can decide if you want to go out and farm this or pay for this and then test it, and then you realize it sucks. That's what this video is for, to see if it's worth your time. So the first build, or the first video we're going to look at, our gear set, is going to be Gryphon's Ferocity. This is the medium armor set that you get in Summerset. I'm going to say my opinion at the end, and we're just going to dive through the information. 2 pieces weapon crit, 3 pieces weapon crit, 4 pieces weapon damage, 5 piece after dealing direct damage, gain minor force and minor expedition for 3 seconds, increasing your critical damage done by 10% and increasing your movement speed by 10%. Now, when you're looking at this, the 2, 3, and 4 piece is all solid. It's very good. It's a very bursty set. And the 5 piece is interesting because it's minor buffs. And a lot of people are going to look at this and they're going to go, okay, minor buffs, whatever. They're minor. Like, is it that big of a deal? Well, Templars and Nightblades get 10% more crit damage. This adds 10% more on top of that. Honestly, this works for everybody. Like, even heavy dot build on a DK, this would be very effective. And it procs off of direct damage. So any light attack's going to proc it. Direct single target ability will proc this set. A lot of things are going to proc this. And it only lasts for 3 seconds. But it's so easy to proc that, you're just going to be able to get a ton. When you do crit, you're going to get a ton more crit damage with this set. And, even if you say like, oh, well, there's not a lot of, crit's not as important in PvP, and that's true, you also get, increased movement speed by 10%. And so this stacks with the major buffs. So if you're running movement speed pots and you're running this, you move even faster. If you use dodge roll abilities with the bow, you get major expedition, and then this is minor. So even if you don't get the 10% critical damage on some people, being able to kite, being able to be fast is your survivability. And so you get the double effect with this. You get survivability and you get damage. That's what it looks like on paper to me. So let's see how it procs. Let's see what it does. So it procs off a light attack. As you can see, it's a pretty cool animation. And it procs every 3 seconds. Well, I'm going to wait for it to go away. All right, so here's my normal movement speed. And so if I hit with a light attack, I proc it. This is my movement speed afterwards. So I move 10% faster. It will proc off light attacks. Poison injection also has a direct damage ability to it as well. Your light attacks in your front bar will also proc it. If you're a Nightblade, your surprise attack will proc it. I'm not sure if in-cap does. It's an ultimate, so it might be different. It does. Okay, so in-cap is a single target ability. It will proc the set as well. So think about your in-cap hitting, forcing you, as you guys know, in-cap has all these fun things. Increases your damage against an enemy by 20% for 6 seconds. So you in-cap somebody, you have 20% more damage. You also have 3 seconds of minor force. So you have 30% more damage afterwards. So your executes after you in-cap with this specific set could be very effective. Now, as far as, negatives go, they changed how crit heals work. You're just not going to be able to critically heal like you used to. The bonuses in your CP tree, if I remember correctly, they only affect damage. They don't affect your healing anymore. So your crit healing on a Nightblade is going to take a pretty big bump back, and I'll talk about that in another video. But yeah, this is just not going to be as good for healing. However, in the Summerset DLC, the coolest part about a set like this is you only have to wear it on 1 bar. And so you can wear 3 jewelry and the bow, and you have the 5-piece set on the bow. And so you can still fit a 5-piece body you can still fit 2-piece monster set, and then you still have a front bar. So you still have 9 more pieces that you can equip. Like, let's say you don't have a master's bow and you're trying to find something else. You could run a set like this on the back bar, and then, I mean, look how much faster you're moving when you proc that and you dodge roll. I mean, this is going to be on Nightblade builds, Nightblade 1VX builds. When you're dealing with a Zerg that's chasing you down, you're going to be able to get away. You're going to be able to reestablish position, and you're going to be able to string groups out really effectively. I could see this set working very well with people that don't have the Master's Bow. I could see people running it, just saying, screw it, I'm going to run it anyways. Run a Master's Bow, run this, run 5-piece Bone Pirates. I could see Hunding's Rage being very, very effective with this set. I could see Stamplars running this. You can run this on the front bar, and your Javelin is direct damage, your Critical Rush is direct damage. I don't think Jabs is. I could be wrong. But your Power of the Light has a direct damage aspect to it as well. And so 10% more critical damage on a lot of builds is going to fill up that Power of the Light even more. And so you run a set like Hunding's Rage with it, for example, that also has crit. You're going to be able to really get high critical values and, pump out a lot of bursty damage. And, this is just going to be, some people's opinion. Like, if you run across a Sork, you're going to have a hard time. If you run across anybody with wards, it's going to be a little bit tougher. But there are a lot of people that don't wear enough impen in PvP, and 1VX builds are about neutralizing as many people as quickly as possible. And so I can see this set being very effective, specifically for Nightblades. I could even see it, like I said, working well on Stamplars for 1VX builds, because you're just going to be so fast with this, and it procs all the time. So let me know what you guys think. That's just my opinion. I don't think I'm going to end up fitting it on a bar. I already have my own ideas for a Nightblade, but I'm not going to be surprised at all when I see people running around with this, especially 1VXers. So what do you guys think? Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.